Hi, this is Lisa with Holland Designs Crochet, and today I'd like to do a stitch demo for you of some cast-on crochet stitches. Cast-on crochet is a technique that I came up with several years ago, and I created quite a few designs using this technique. And I had some demo videos on YouTube, but unfortunately they got deleted and lost. So I'm just recreating something to show the cast-on technique again, and actually maybe just create a more helpful video showing all of the cast-on stitches that I've created all in one demo video. They all use a basic technique, simply a cast-on loop. So typically in crochet you yarn over, right, to start a stitch or to create a stitch, you do a yarn over. But in cast-on crochet, there is something called a cast-on loop, and I'll insert a graphic showing and describing how that's done, but I'm also just going to demonstrate it for you. So simply you wrap the yarn around your finger so it creates a bit of an X like that, and you simply insert your hook into that loop, and that's a cast-on loop, something similar to what might be used at times in knitting. And some of the stitches I do with cast-on crochet simply have one cast-on loop. Sometimes you'll have 2 or 3 cast-on loops. So each pattern will show what stitch is being used, and there'll be images, and it'll tell you how many loops to cast on. But that's just basically how you cast on a loop, and that is used in all of the cast-on crochet stitches. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate for you a stitch called a cast-on single crochet, and that is simply cast on one loop, insert your hook into the stitch on the row below, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then pull through the loops on the hook. I'll demonstrate it one more time. Cast on single crochet. Cast on one loop, insert your hook into the row below, yarn over, pull up a loop. So you have 3 loops, pull that loop through those loops. That is your stitch called a cast on single crochet. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate now for you a stitch called a cast on half triple crochet. This one begins with 2 cast on loops, and then you insert your hook into the stitch on the row below, yarn over, pull up a loop, so you have 4. Then you yarn over and pull through all the loops on the hook. So again, that's just called a cast on half triple crochet. And I'll just demonstrate it one more time. Cast on 2 loops, insert your hook on the row below, yarn over, pull up a loop, so you have 4, yarn over and pull through all the loops on the hook. Okay, there were some patterns where I used a stitch technique, also cast on crochet, but it was called an insert cast on crochet stitch because it was not actually connected to the row below. It was just sort of like a foundationless stitch. And this one here I used in several patterns. This was called an insert cast on half triple crochet, and you can see it created a little bit of a bobbled texture. So I'll demonstrate that one for you. I use this in several designs, so I'll feature pictures of those patterns later in the video just to show you what I created with this stitch. So again, this is an insert cast on half triple crochet, and this one is done by working 2 cast on loops, and then because it's an insert stitch, it's not connected to the row below, simply yarn over and pull through all the loops on the hook, and that's your completed insert cast on half triple crochet. And in this pattern I then secured that with a single crochet in the next stitch, and I'll just demonstrate that stitch again for you. So it was cast on 2 loops, yarn over, pull through all the loops on the hook, and then I secured that with a single crochet. So each time you do that, it creates this little bobbled texture on that side. And I use this for the textured baby cardigan and hat patterns and several other designs as well. last cast on stitch, which I'm going to demonstrate for you, creates a bit more of a pronounced bobble texture. It's very similar to what I already demonstrated for you with the insert cast on half triple crochet, but this one is an insert cast on half double treble because it has an extra loop. It has 3 loops that are cast on at the beginning. So I will just demonstrate that for you. This is just a single crochet I'm doing here in this particular stitch pattern. So the insert cast on half double treble, you cast on 3 loops to start. So you have a total of 4 loops on your hook. Then you yarn over and you pull through all the loops on the hook. So that's your insert cast on half double treble. And then I'm securing it here with a single crochet in the row below. Again, I'll just demonstrate that for you again. Cast on 3, 2, 3, yarn over and pull through all the loops on the hook, and single crochet here to anchor it in. And the last time I'll do it, 1, 2, 3, yarn over, pull through all the loops on the hook, and complete the row with a single crochet. And I'll just show you the other side then. And if you use a bigger hook and bigger yarn, this is just a DK weight. If you used a heavier yarn and hook, you'll see a much more pronounced bobble texture from this one. And I used this on some sheepskin boots and also as an edging on my natural wonder blanket. So it's been used in a few patterns, and all those patterns have images and details on exactly how the stitches are worked, but it is nice to actually see it in a video. So I hope these are helpful to you. Hopefully I've covered all the cast on stitches that I've used in designs. If I discover something else that I've missed, maybe I'll make another video. But the basic technique is always the same. It's the cast on loop, and then just everything else as far as a stitch structure is very much similar to any other crochet techniques you might use. So I hope this is helpful to you, and I hope you enjoy using these stitches.